Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella1 Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. Call it a rumor right now, but I'm hearing Canelo next 2 fights. So let's talk about it. One will be Callum Smith. It's going to be next. I presume that may be in May. Still trying to confirm where that event will take place at. And then he'll fight Triple G, and I'll tell you where that take place at in 1 minute, all right? Appreciate everybody checking in. Your boy CJ Goodfella Sports TV. We back in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, won't miss another video. Check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Use promo code Goodfella1 Boxing, get 18% off of their natural products. If you're a fitness nut, a health nut, love organic foods, check out their natural products. You eat clean, why not use natural products? Toothpaste, lotions, bath bomb, hair pomade, muscle relaxer rub. They got you covered, real good prices. Website and promo code is in the description. Head over there and check it out after the video, right? I heard a source, and I'm not going to reveal my source. It's just a rumor right now. Really good intel on some things, man. Always on the money for the most part. But we just going to call it a rumor that Canelo Alvarez is expected to take on Callum Smith. Callum Smith won the World Boxing Super Series, beating George Groves in the finals. A few of the guys fell out, but he won it. He was my pick. 6'3", long arm. Believe Liam Smith is his brother. He got a few brothers that do box from the UK. Just had his first step-up fight in the finals, and that was versus George Grove with a bum shoulder. I'm pretty sure Canelo Alvarez will put some weight restrictions on this. The rehydration clause. They might do a catch weight, but I'm thinking more of a rehydration clause. He is a super middleweight. He got the WBA super belt. That's the only belt that was in a tournament that mattered. He is the diamond champion. He's the mandatory now to DeAndre Durrell Yurderman winner. Then I think David Benavidez get his shot, and then he'll be the mandatory after the Yurderman Eubanks winner fights David Benavidez. So he's in prime position to try to get that WBC, but he is also recognized as the ring belt champion, lineal champion. So it kind of makes sense now that you see that, you know, he owns the Golden Boy belt. So Golden Boy wants Canelo to be the lineal champion at 168 without actually having to fight the real champion at 168. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, he ain't got to fight the real champ. You know what I'm saying? It's not, the real champ ain't really been determined because that tournament was a joke in my opinion. It was a big joke. You know, none of the other big champions is in there. A few guys fell out that tournament. So, at the same time, I don't really, you know, say as a champion or an undisputed champion at super middleweight, but that ring belt sound like it's gonna get Callum Smith the inside track on, you know, on getting a big fight. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna handcuff him. You know they're gonna handcuff him. They're gonna put a rehydration clause on him, or they're gonna do a catch weight. I think more of a rehydration clause because he's big. He's 6'3". So Canelo just not gonna go head up with him and make it out with him. And that's just, you know, the fact of the matter of it. But he can fight, but guess what? He's still green. He has yet to fight, you know, a true, really good fighter. Now, George Groves is a solid fighter, but we know he lost all his big step-up fights when he stepped up in America, especially to Abdul Jack. And he lost to Carl Froch at Wembley Stadium twice. Some people think he got robbed the first fight with the knockdown, and I won't say he wouldn't, but this guy's a guy who still haven't fought on the American level yet. All his fights pretty much be on the UK domestic level, and you know, and that's just what it is. So he really ain't been tested. That's just what it is. So that's what they're looking at. They're looking at a dude that really ain't been tested on American level. They're thinking he a bum. He's a really good fighter, you know, really good power, good height, but he struggled in his first round in the World Series of Boxing with a guy, and then one guy pulled out the second round with a sickness. He had to fight a replacement fighter the week of the fight. Then he beat George Groves, who had a bum shoulder. So pretty much the jury's still out on him, how good he really is. And if Canelo Alvarez is fighting him and pretty much cherry picking him, then Canelo feel like he can win. But it's a big height discrepancy. You know, he ain't no Rocky Field, and I tell you that. All right, but if you're gonna handcuff somebody and make him go through rehydration clause, or make him do a catch weight. Canelo gonna have some type of unfair fucking advantage. He not gonna really be a real super middleweight. He gonna make this dude do a rehydration clause or a catch weight, and that's what it's gonna be. You know, so he gonna have an unfair advantage coming in, and we don't know what type of clenbuterol advantages he will. He also have that assist him in this fight, so that's also to be looked at. You know, good fighter though. You know, Callum Smith is a good fighter, but you know, if Canelo is fighting this dude instead of fighting Charlo and Danny Jacobs, then and then you know why. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's kind of a chain effect. You know, what happened was Danny Jacobs in the zone then. You know what I'm saying? Does Danny Jacobs, they overcompensate Danny Jacobs. They give him $2, $3, $4 million to fight, you know, because what I'm hearing is Danny Jacobs ain't getting that fight this year. Okay? And I'll talk about the second fight, who Triple G fighting in September, and where they fighting at, okay? Who Canelo fighting. I hope I ain't say Triple G. But that's what he fighting next, is Triple G. So it got effect, man. But he gonna fight Triple G next. And that's slated for September. I believe my sources say. Let me double check. Yeah, that's slated for September. Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. So Triple G is slated to go to Mexico and fight Canelo Alvarez. So he's going to Mexico to fight Canelo Alvarez in September. Azteca City. He went to Mexico before last year. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. He was visiting the sick kids. He went to the football game. He was wearing the Mexico hat. That's when Canelo went over to Europe and Mexico. You know, Mr. Suleiman had Triple G treating him like he was the real Mexican champion. That's when the WBC was beefing with Canelo Alvarez. All right. Now they ain't good favor with him. So, you know, Triple G crazy. So Triple G basically gonna go to the zone and fight Canelo. Now I don't know if Triple G gonna sign with the zone right now and take a fight on the zone. So that fight on the zone, it possibly could be Jamal Charlo. It could be Danny Jacobs. It could just be another tune-up. I believe it'll be a tune-up because I don't believe Triple G wants to mess up that money with Canelo Alvarez. So look for Triple G to have another Triple G type fight. Another Vanes Monterosian type of fight. So he want to go. He basically saying that he gonna go into enemy territory now. As far as the Callum Smith fight, I'm still trying to get confirmation where that fight is supposed to take place. I heard before that could take place in the UK. Now Callum Smith was trying to get Andre Ward to come back, but the bag wasn't big enough. Now if he's able to beat Canelo Alvarez in the United States or the UK, then the bag becomes that much bigger. So I don't know if they're gonna fight in New York. You know, if he's gonna go to Vegas, Texas. And I don't know how big of a fan base Callum Smith has in the UK. That's a big question. How many people are going to travel over to the United States? Or is Canelo about to indulge in some euros or some pounds? Okay. But, you know, like I said before, you know, Danny Jacobs is the odd man out. I'm not surprised. So I wonder, will Danny Jacobs stay with Eddie Hearn and stay with the Pilgrim and they just overcompensate him? Or do they have any more money to overcompensate Danny Jacobs? Do we get Danny Jacobs versus Jamal Charlo? That's a better question. Will Golovkin fight Jamal Charlo in a title eliminator to get Canelo, or will Canelo stay at 168 and just have Triple G move up? You know, that's what it sounds like. With Canelo going after the lineal champion and the Super WBA title at 168, and he's the regular WBA title holder, which ain't the real title. It seems like he's want to stay at 168. You know, he said they want to stay at both and fight at both and hold both divisions up. But I can see him fighting Callum Smith, fighting Triple G at 68, and then going on to fight Ramirez and trying to take his belt. So it looked like Canelo Alvarez is going to, you know, stay at 168, fight there. Danny Jacobs, maybe, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Maybe, you know, Canelo gives a WBC title because he already got his 2 fights in. And Triple G didn't follow the rules and fight Jamal Charlo in the title eliminator. Now, a lot of you guys told me Jamal Charlo was a bum. Okay, if he a bum, why they not in a rush to fight him? Still, if he got exposed, one thing I noticed, I went back and I watched some Cordoba fight with Uzatagi, and I watched a fight with Brian Vera on Tecate TV, and this dude was dropping dudes with that southpaw, you know, with that left and right hand out the southpaw position. This dude was really, you know, dropping guys and hurting guys, and Charlo wasn't hurt not once. You know what I'm saying? And this dude got a strong jaw, so maybe they looked at it like this dude's jaw is strong. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a case, but this got a chain effect. So I don't know if Canelo about to get those belts up. You know, if he do, I want to hear that same energy. You know, when people talked about Peter Quillen giving his belts up, I want to see that same energy when they talked about other people giving their belts up. This will be the second time if Canelo Alvarez gives his belts up. And I told people, though, Canelo Alvarez had problems making 168 pounds. Real talk. He was in the sweat bag the week of the fight. K9 had pointed that out on Twitter. Shout out to Cornelius Bunridge, former IBF 154-pound junior middleweight title holder from the D. You know what it is, Detroit. You know, but, yeah, you know, he pointed out that this dude must be having problems making weight. Week before the fight, you still in the sauna bag. So maybe Canelo can't make 160 no more. Or maybe it's just a ploy to give up the belt to avoid Charlo. But that's what it always is, man. People ain't going to call Canelo out on his horse shit, man. All of a sudden, he want to go to 168, and he going to make dudes do catch weights, rehydration clause, and, you know, it is what it is. I need people to keep that same energy that they would if this dude didn't have the complexion for the protection. You know, and it's sad, though, that Jamal Charlo can't get those fights. But at least if Canelo do decide to drop the belt, and I'd be happy, you know. I want to see him fight Maul, but I wouldn't be mad if he dropped the belt and we got Maul versus Danny Jacobs. You know, the winner in that versus Andrade. You know, and then I think they would probably try to elevate Rob Brandt to super champion if he win this next fight with February, March. So that's how I go down. At least Canelo open a division up. He can go to 168 because don't nobody care about 68. And no, he's not a legend or a Hall of Famer as a middleweight, bro. Okay. He didn't do nothing at middleweight but beat Triple G. And Triple G had fought nobody. Triple G got exposed by Kell Brook. A lot of people thought Danny Jacobs beat him. That was his whole middleweight career. Kassim Uma, Daniel Gill, Curtis Stevens, David Lemieux. Who else he didn't fought there? Proska, Gabriel Rosado. Rosado. He didn't fought nobody at middleweight. So his Triple G middleweight legacy was light. But they gonna try to blow it up like he was something. He was always borderline to me. And like I said before, Peter Quillen said they was lowballing people. They offered him $500,000 to fight Triple G when he got $1 million to fight Winky Wright. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm hearing Tom Lawford and Triple G split. I heard that weeks ago. I told y'all that they was on a fight-by-fight basis. These dudes reporting it 2 or 3 weeks later. I reported that two or 3 weeks ago that he was already splitting from Tom Loeffler. So, you know, I'm always on the hop. I didn't do an exclusive video on it, but I talked about it already. So, you know, if you've been following my channel, make sure you subscribe button, bell icon button, so you get that information first here. I usually drop stuff like that first, but yeah, you know. So I've been knew they was splitting. They was on a fight-by-fight plan. Tom Lawford went to the internet to defend himself against Mike Coppenringer. He pretty much don't have nothing else. He got K2. He employed by them. He got his own promotional company, 360 Promotion. So, you know, he gonna roll. It's not like he'll roll to the zone. Triple G and his wife is gonna run his career management-wise now. She gonna have a baby. So he gonna go to Mexico, which I think is a bad plan, and try to beat Canelo at Aztec Stadium. And no Danny Jacobs, no Jamal Charlo, no Andrade. Once again, Canelo ducked 2 of them fighters at 54, Andrade and Jamal Charlo. And you know, now he gonna continue to, you know, took his duck trials to 168, and he gonna hamper Callum Smith. And I think if he stays at 68, maybe he go down to 160 to defend his titles against Triple G. But once again, Triple G didn't take the title eliminator against Jamal Charlo, and if they don't penalize or strip Canelo, if I'm Jamal Charlo, I sue and I want my belt. If not, I want damages and what I already lost, you know, from the WBC. But you know, WBC gonna protect Canelo. So, like I said before, Jamal entered the wrong sanctioned belt body, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, we on Facebook, we on Twitter. Also, we got a Facebook group. If you want to reach out to me, you can DM me on social media, add me at Twitter, or you can email me for any business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you just need advice. You can hit me up there. You want to make a donation to the channel, that link's in the description as well. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button as well. Don't forget, we got the Patreon, Raw and Uncensored, for hardcore boxing fans. It's only $2. If you're interested in my other Patreon account tier, it's $5 for, you know, food for thought, relationship advice, hood series. You can take my food for thought and hood series playlists out here. I'm taking all that to Patreon because I can't talk how I want to talk on YouTube. Okay. In addition to that, make sure You check out the Health Blaze, our sponsor at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. You won't be mad. They got great all-natural products from lotion, soaps, bath bombs, foot soaks, muscle relaxer rub, hair pomade, natural deodorant. Check them out. 18% off on top of other promos and discounts they're running over there. The website and promo code is in the description. Check me out at thehealthblaze.com. Use that promo code, get your discount. But it's Goodfella Sports TV. Appreciate everybody. Remember, this is a rumor, so don't go run and say it's breaking news. Just saying it's a rumor. Y'all know what it is.